How many letters you sent out? 22?
That's all I need to know.
How many letters you sent out? 22? By the power invested in me. Is that what you said? By the power invested in me?
Let's talk about Macomb County and all.
You're all going to jail. You're all going to go down. All going to go down. You're so
Get the fuck out of here.
by the power invested in me. By the power invested in me. By the power invested in me.
Are you an attorney?
By the power vested in me, you are no longer a delegate. Is that what you said? By the power vested in me, you're no longer a delegate.
Get your cigarette out of here.
Give him a call.
Now we got a problem. Now we got a problem.
She just fucking.
Now we got a problem.
Hey,
Move along. Move along.
You have to leave right now. This door right now.
That video was from a few months back. You see there the former Republican Party chair, Kelly Sackett, and the GOP secretary, Melissa Fellis, getting into a fist fight. There have been multiple fist fights that have been breaking out at events by these MAGA Republicans in the state of Michigan. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network, and now we are learning that the Michigan Republican Party is facing an imminent default on its credit line, and we know this through the resignation letter from the ex-budget committee member, a Republican, obviously, from the Michigan Republican Party, who penned a letter in her resignation stating that a default is imminent. We knew the MAGA Republican Party in Michigan was running out of money, and we've been covering the various fistfights, the various oddities that have taken hold in the Michigan Republican Party. Its new party chair, Christina Caramo, talks about possums being eaten by eagles or hawks, and that's how you see globalists are taking over. She's a election denier, MAGA extremist, Trump cultist who runs the party there. I'll show you some clips of her in just a moment, but here's what we're learning. A recent report from the Detroit News that the Michigan Republican Party is considering how to deal with an imminent default on its line of credit, according to a resignation letter from a member of the state GOP's budget committee. The message obtained on Thursday by the Detroit News reveals the seriousness of the financial struggles of a party in a battleground state a year before the 2024 presidential election. Christina Caramo, the Michigan GOP chairwoman, has struggled to raise money after rising to power in February while railing against the party's establishment, including past donors. As I said in a post that I made on social media, wow, I'm surprised that these people would be bankrupt when the leader of their parties declared bankruptcy multiple times, and their new Speaker of the House, MAGA Mike, doesn't even have a checking or a savings account. I'm surprised that they're not that great with money, these people. Oh, by the way, they also added $8 trillion of debt. And notice it's always the fiscal conservatives, quote unquote, who want to MAGA-splain to us the way the economy works, but they can't even run their own political party. They can't even have enough funds to keep the Republican Party in Michigan going with enough funds to meet the obligations under a credit line that they have. Jessica Bearfield of Livingston County serves on the Michigan Republican Party State Committee, which features about 100 members. She also had been one of the 13 Republicans on the influential Budget Committee, helping to oversee the finances. Quote, this is from her letter. Quote, despite my efforts, it has become evident that the issues within leadership and the committee are deeply rooted and resistant to change. Quote, it has reached a point where I feel it is no longer safe for me to be associated with this committee, as it allows leadership to engage in practices that run counter to my principles and values. So not only indicating that there is this financial dire situation, but essentially implying that there's some sort of financial fraud or other misconduct taking place. Barefield said in her letter the Budget Committee had a Friday emergency meeting when the panel, quote, was asked to weigh in on action steps regarding the imminent default on the line of credit, indicating the party is struggling to meet back its obligations to pay back its past loans. So when we want to talk about how much money do you think this is, well, here's the issue. In March, Christina Caramo told a group that the party had, get this, $460,000 in outstanding obligations from the past leadership team when she was elected as the chairwoman in February. It's not unusual to borrow money in an election year and then pay it back through fundraising the next year. So they're unable right now to meet $460,000 in obligations because by a few months back, the entire Michigan Republican Party, get this, folks, had about $35,000 in its own bank account. So about $35,000 more than the MAGA Republican Speaker of the House has in his non-existent checking and savings accounts. But the very fact that the entire Michigan Republican Party only has $35,000 in a bank account and it can't satisfy $460,000 in obligations, and these are the people who want to control our economy. Are you absolutely kidding me? So then what does the MAGA Republican Party do? Well, they threaten, all the infighting, obviously. So here's another one. Efforts to remove Michigan GOP chair Christina Caramo builds momentum as infighting and debt plague the party. Then if you're a MAGA Republican, you might as well learn the lessons from Donald Trump and or Marjorie Taylor Greene or Lauren Boebert, just threaten random impeachment on people. Impeachment proceedings. This is from the official Michigan GOP account. Impeachment proceedings against Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel signal a pivotal moment in our state's politics as we navigate through this development. We'll keep you updated. Stay engaged. Stay informed. We only have $35,000 left in the entire Michigan Republican Party. What are we going to do? Attack Dana Nessel. And Dana Nessel, so good. Such a great attorney general there. The whole team, the whole leadership team in Michigan that's run by Democrats are just really competent, smart people. Dana Nessel has a SpongeBob gif that shows that she's not very scared at all. Here is Christina Caramo, the chair of the Michigan Republican Party. Here she says the American people are like dead possums getting eaten by globalist vultures and misogyny. Play this clip.
So I was taking my walk this morning and look what I ran across. A vulture eating a possum. As soon as I saw that, you know what I thought about? Us, the American people, as the possum, and the vulture is the globalist political left. And the sad part about it is most people don't realize it because they distract you with a bunch of little stupid stuff like, look at that misogyny, look at that homophobia, look at that racism, the poor people, we're going to help you all. So people are like, oh, they're for the little guys and I'm little, so they're going to help me. It's a distraction. It is a ruse. They're trying to set up a globalist system with one economic, one religious, and one political system for us all to adhere to, and America is in the way. That is why they hate Donald Trump so much. He's getting in the way of their agenda. And they use these foolish little celebrities to sell it to you guys that don't you care about people to stop guns? What is the Second Amendment for? You really trust governments that much to not kill us? Quit being naive. Stalin, Mao, Hitler, okay, Fidel Castro, Che Guevara. Governments have done atrocious things to their people. Are you that naive to think it can never happen here?
I have no clue what she's even talking about there at all. And by the way, here is a audio recording of Christina Caramo where she talks about demonic possessions and how demonic possessions are real. Play the clip.
If a person has demonic possession, I know it's going to sound really crazy me saying that for some people. They're going to be like, what? But having intimate relationships with people who are demonically possessed or oppressed, I strongly believe that a person opens themselves up to possession. Demonic possession is real. How people become possessed, I don't know all the details of it, but I would surmise that the sexual licentiousness in our culture is a lot of spiritual things that are going wrong.
And of course, we should hear from our friend MAGA Mike, MAGA Republican Speaker of the House. We'll see at the federal level and MAGA Republicans in Congress. How are they? They claim to be fiscal conservatives. Here he is saying he doesn't even have a bank account. Play the clip.
But I have to ask you this because there's been so much made about it. Vanity Fair says this. What's up with Mike Johnson's very shady seeming financial disclosures? They say you've never reported a bank account or an asset on a financial disclosure form going back to 2016. Can you clear that up for us?
Yes, look, I'm a man of modest means, okay? I was a lawyer, but I did constitutional law, and most of my career I spent in the nonprofit sector. We have 4 kids, 5 now, that are very active, and I have kids in graduate school, law school, undergraduate. We have a lot of expenses, but I can relate to everybody else. My father was a firefighter, right? I didn't grow up with great means, but I think that helps us be a better leader because we can relate to every hardworking American family. That's who we are, and I think it governs and helps govern my decisions and how I lead.
Well, majority of Americans now say they're living paycheck to paycheck, so a lot of folks in the same boat.
And there you have it, folks. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers. Thanks to your support. Check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch and have a great day.
Hey, Midas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.